Yeah, so hi everyone. Today we have a special guest on our channel. We have Vidyarth with us. So, Vidyarth, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Ashish. So, I'm Vidyarth and I hail from Kanyakumari, the southern tip of India. And I'm currently pursuing my final year of BTech in Computer Science from VIT Vellore. And I'm currently doing a co op internship in Intuit, India. And it will be followed by a software engineer. I'll be joining as a software engineer from July.
Yeah, and apart from Intuit, he has also cracked multiple offers from pretty great companies. He also had offer from Morgan Stanley, Samsung, Adobe, and a lot of good companies like this. So, I want to know something about your journey, like how you came to a position that you were able to crack such good companies. That too, being a 2024 graduate, because the time you got these placements, it was the year of peak recession, right? So, how would you describe your journey that you could come to this position?
Thanks for asking that question. So, basically, for my summer internship, I was able to crack multiple companies, like including
Mm-hmm.
Morgan Stanley, Adobe, and Recession. So, for Adobe, I was also a part of Adobe's Career Academy program, which was like a
Mm-hmm.
program for second year students, which they train people to get better in how to the IT industry.
Yeah.
So basically, they teach you different stuffs from various experts from Adobe. So followed by that, we had an interview opportunity from Adobe, and I was fortunate to crack the interview of Adobe. And again, I also got offers from Morgan Stanley and Arsacia. So, and finally, I did an internship from Morgan Stanley, which was a very good internship. And just to note that I got featured in the Times Square while doing the internship.
Nice,
And
man. Amazing. Amazing.
yeah, so following that, I also received a PPO from Morgan
Mhm.
Stanley. Apart from that, I've also done a 6 months internship in Samsung under the Samsung Prism program, and also received the Excellence Award for the internship that I've done there. And we also published a research paper for what we have done at that particular internship. And following that, I also cracked the Intuit India's internship plus full-time opportunity,
Mhm.
and I've decided to choose that for my career ahead.
Yeah, amazing, man. So, for all of these companies, I can see one thing in common. They have very good interviews, good as in very tough interviews, and they ask a lot of DSA and system design. So, how would you say was the preparation strategy that you got good in DSA and system design, both of it?
Yeah, so as every enthusiastic CS graduates in the first year, I was just trying to explore things and to decide which path I want
Yeah.
to go. Because while I was in my first year, people were talking about the AI was about to go.
Hmm.
It was a baby that time. So,
Yeah.
so people were talking about NLP, computer vision, and whatnot. So even I was fascinated with all of these. But once
Hmm.
I got closer with some seniors in my college, I got to know that there's something that's very fundamental about all these interviews and companies, and that comes to DSA. And I was
Hmm.
very excited to do that when I started doing it from my second semester as a part of my college. And I like the problem solving attribute of it.
Hmm.
It's like cracking puzzles and
Yeah.
finding the way to solve them in most efficient ways.
Hmm.
And I actually liked how I did it. So I started exploring ways where I can exhibit these skills. So I started exploring code forces, code chef, and lead code. So these are some
Hmm.
popular websites where you can start doing these things. And the learning curve is pretty hard and it takes
Hmm.
time. So there will be negative ratings, there will be not downfalls, but believe me, that's all part of the journey, right? So there
Yeah.
won't be any ups, so without any downfall. So you go down, get up five
Hmm.
steps ahead. So that's how the journey is. And DSA being the fundamental part, once you have, I wouldn't say master it, but once you feel that you are good at it, then you can also focus on computer fundamentals, because
Hmm.
people nowadays just get out of computer fundamentals and just focus on an interview focused way of cracking one or two companies. But what if you don't get those one or two companies,
Hmm.
right? So generic ways to prepare computer fundamentals, because that's what you are spending your 4 years on.
Hmm.
So to get a good grasp on my computer fundamentals, what I did was to prepare for gate along with my semester exams,
Oh,
because
okay.
that will be like the same syllabus, and studying it
Hmm.
in a more better way too, apart from what it is written in the curriculum. So I prepared for gate, and in my third year I also gave gate exam, and I got an all India rank of around 1500.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, so that again, To be honest, I didn't prepare that much for the exam,
Hmm.
but since I had the preparation from second semester, like I was keen on, and I basically didn't use any paid course. It was all on
Hmm.
YouTube, some free resources on Geeks for Geeks and other websites. So that's pretty much it. Once you have the time for doing it, and you schedule
Hmm.
your things, so you just go in the same phase as your academics, and you'll be able to cover everything fast. And this not only helps for gate, but for all interviews there will be some questions that will be either linked with both DSA and computer fundamentals, or
Hmm.
purely computer fundamentals. So in that phase you will be able to crack everything with ease, because they interviews won't go as hard as gate level standards.
Hmm.
So if you prepare for gate, interviews will be like a piece of cake for you.
Hmm.
So
Right.
this is what helped me to crack multiple system designs and fundamental questions that helped me. And apart from this, this also helped me to make, even though the projects are pretty simple, fundamentally that will be strong. So
Hmm.
that's what the key factors
Hmm.
that help.
So speaking of projects, speaking about projects, people are very confused ki what tech stack to do, what kind of projects to make. So I want to know about your project portfolio, like what kind of projects did you showcase to the interviewers?
Yeah, that's actually an interesting question. So, if you talk about projects, many people focus on the tech stack, or many people focus on
Hmm.
doing some fancy stuffs on AI and things, but they actually end up doing some makeover on top of the OpenAI API. But ideally, if you
Hmm.
ask if it's good enough to showcase as your project, it might be in some cases, but always it's not. But how a project should be, that I feel a project should be, is that you should be able to speak about that project at least for 20-30 minutes in an
Hmm.
interview. And that 20-30 minutes should be a quality content. Let's say
Hmm.
I have done a project, and my project is very simple. It's like a online tuition center finding platform. So once you find tuition centers via that, you can create a portal for that, and
Hmm.
create an academic website on that. Basically, you can configure your marks, attendance, and everything for each tuition. So as a student, you can log in and see your marks, materials,
Hmm.
and everything. As a tuition owner, you can post your tuition as an advertisement, or you
Hmm.
can manage your staffs and everything. So it's a pretty straightforward project. But the thing that got me up in all the interviews is that I was able to speak about the data
Hmm.
normalization I did on all the databases. What architecture did I use while deploying this in AWS, and
Hmm.
how the Kafka consumers spoke with each other. So
Hmm.
these all minute fundamental things that helped me. As I was a little bit strong on CS fundamentals, it helped me to talk about all these stuffs that I have designed for like 4 or 5 months in an interview for 20-30 minutes. So this 20-30 minutes of conversation about these projects
Hmm.
has always been a quality discussion. So that has helped me in crafting my projects, and this has
Hmm.
uh, you know given me
Yeah.
multiple interviewers have given me positive responses on my project,
Hmm.
because when we do such projects as an undergraduate, it's kind of appreciable by everyone.
Hmm. No, that's a very great point to mention because, like you said, majority of the people they think they can just copy a hi-fi project, but you ask them to speak about it, they're not able to explain it well because they haven't done it the right way, or they're not like really passionate about it. They just focus on the tech stack and the fact that they want to showcase key they've done either this React or Node.js things like that. But rather than focusing too much on the tech stack, you should also focus on what the project is doing, right? So one more thing that a lot of freshers are worried about is this recession thing, like you said. So earlier you mentioned the AI was not that much developed. Right now you can see we have so many advancements in the world of AI, right? And people are thinking that will be directly linked to a lot of recession. And you also, when you crack these companies, you might have faced some impact of recession. A lot of companies stopped hiring. So what would you say is a good way to find opportunities because a lot of people don't get the opportunity itself? What would you say for that?
Yeah, so this is a very important question, because even I have a lot of friends who are
Hmm.
suffered by recession, right? So one thing that I found was people should be interview ready anytime. So it's
True.
not like you have an interview in next week and you start preparing day, you Google how to crack this company in 5 days or 6 days. That's not going to help anyway, because things doesn't happen in 1 week or 2 weeks. So
Hmm.
you have to keep a plan on what you're going to do in the next 6 months, and plan accordingly on which companies do you want to crack, how the interview
Hmm.
structures are going to be for that problems. So just make sure that you are interview ready whenever you are reaching out to opportunities, right? Because some companies can give you 1 week time for interview preparation,
Hmm.
some companies can ask you for giving an interview the next day. So it's always uncertain, right? So be interview ready, let's say in your fourth year or third year, second
Hmm.
semester. Like whenever you are ready to apply for companies, just be ready for a top level interview.
Mm-hmm.
And by that I mean you revise your some computer science fundamentals
Mm-hmm.
and DSA and keep on attending contests. That's a key
Mm-hmm.
point, because you can solve problems, you can solve 700, 800 problems in lead code, but that doesn't give a good impression, or that doesn't even, how to say, like, you can still see the solution after some time. If you're not able to, you will not get stuck in the problem, but contest give you a different experience. That's really simulates how an interview experience is going to be. You have 1 hour, you don't have any other sources to look for solutions, and you think multiple ways, and that's how interviews are going to be. So once you are interview ready and get for opportunities, you just want to connect to a lot of people in
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn. That's what helped me actually. So you connect your seniors, connect to a lot of people in LinkedIn, in message like hundreds of them, at least you'll get reply from five or six of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Turns out like one of them might give you a referral. So don't feel shy to message, reach out to people, what do they feel or something. It's always, and again, don't spam or don't give a very
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
have,
Desperate vibe.
yeah, I have seen people messaging me like, so I have never got a company for this long.
Mm-hmm.
I have prepared this much. And like everyone prepares, right? So
Yeah.
just put a short, brief achievements of what you have
Mm-hmm.
done, and also you try to exhibit yourself in a global stage. So you attend contest in a global leaderboard, you get a good rank, or whatever you are. So I was when this AI was in the boom, even I was passionate to do AI. So I have done the Andrew Ng's courses on machine
Mm-hmm.
learning. So, and I have also attended the Amazon ML Summer School, which is a program
Mm-hmm.
conducted by Amazon to train students for ML and NLP. So basically, I have attended their ML's challenge, ML Summer Challenge, Amazon ML Summer Challenge. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, they conduct it every year on a all India level basis, and we are fortunate that our team has got the fifth rank all India last time when it was held. So again, so once, but to be honest, like it was all small steps that we did each
Mm-hmm.
day that accumulated, and someday we got a very good response and achievements, right? So just make half an hour or 1 hour of things every day, rather than like putting up all the pressure on one week
Mm-hmm.
interview or 1 week before you reach out to someone. That really helps, because small
Mm-hmm.
steps and gradual knowledge that really gets into your mind hard, and you'll not forget it, and that really helps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really nice. It's like taking baby steps, makes you really make a greater impact in the longer run, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
nice. Okay, so to the fellow people watching, the fellow students watching who will be graduating in 2024 or who are looking for jobs in 2024, what advice would you give to them so that they can also come to a level that they can also crack such good companies?
Yeah, firstly, that I would not say do DSA, you must do DSA, you must do system design. It's up to you. See, it was my passion for solving problems and solving puzzles that brought me a good position in DSA also. I cannot ask someone who is very good at web development or doing a
Hmm.
front development that you must do DSA.
Hmm.
That's not, if it's not coming for him, I cannot force him, right? So just choose what you want to do and what you're good at it. That's what is important. Like it's not like everyone is doing AI and I also do want to do
Hmm.
AI. Just see if you're good at it. If you're good at the mathematics, if you're good at understanding the things, then it's your job. So you do it with passion, you don't do it
Hmm.
with force. So do things that you will do even though you're not paid for it, right? So that's a
Hmm.
very famous quote that I've heard, like do a job that you'll do even though you're not paid for it. So you do it with passion. So do things like that, and find a path for you, and definitely opportunities will reach out to you. There will be one company or the other that will be needing a
Hmm.
person like you in your particular field, and definitely that day will come when that recruiter will hit your DM and you'll be.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that pretty much covers everything about how to crack a good company and how to stand out from other people to be able to crack a good company in this recession time. So thanks a lot, Vidyarth, for taking out your precious time coming on my channel and sharing your journey and these valuable tips with me and my subscribers. I hope it will help a lot of students. So thank you.
Thanks for having me once again, Ashish.